To most, the term NIMBY is an epithet, two syllables that conjure up a self-centered aversion to change, declaring, obviously, not in my backyard. But for those who embrace such change, the term YIMBY is a badge of honor. Those who wear it describe it as an enlightened approach to development. This week, YIMBYs from across the country are converging in Boston for their annual conference. But as Adam Reilly tells us, not everyone is welcoming them with open arms.
YIMBY means yes in my backyard.
The 2018 YIMBY Town Conference that kicks off tomorrow at Roxbury Community College will feature about 250 attendees and one unifying creed.
We're a pro-housing movement that's emerged in Boston and around the United States, in fact, around the world.
Jesse Kansen-Benenov is an activist with the group A Better Cambridge, who argues, ideally, the entire Boston area would ramp up production, including Tony suburbs, where development can be a dirty word.
We need Newton, and we need Wellesley, we need Acton, we need all the communities, 101 cities and towns in the metropolitan area, the vast majority of which have not produced any new housing.
That could change if a zoning reform bill Governor Charlie Baker is pushing becomes law, but so far the Massachusetts House hasn't signed on. Kansen-Benenov also says that while the Boston area needs more affordable units, high-end development plays a crucial role too.
And there are a lot of people with higher incomes that are moving to the Boston area. And if we don't provide housing for them, they're just going to compete with existing residents for the existing stock of housing. They'll bid up the price of housing, and they'll exacerbate displacement and gentrification.
But as the YIMBYs try to make their vision of a regional building boom a reality, they're encountering some deep skepticism.
We're in a fight for the soul of the city. Working class people whose incomes are below $60,000 a year, we cannot afford to own a home in the city where we work, in the city where we grew up.
Lisa Owens is the executive director of City Life Vida Urbana, a JP-based group that's holding a competing housing conference on Saturday. She thinks YIMBYism puts the needs of newcomers over longtime residents. She also says new development in Boston is almost exclusively high-end because that's where the money is, and that instead of helping lower-income people, it's driving them out.
If you build 1,000 new units and they're luxury, what's going to happen is the street over, those folks are going to they're going to see dollar signs in their eyes, rightfully so, and they're going to raise their rents. This is actually what happens, and I challenge anybody to show me differently in the city of Boston.
When I ran that objection by Kansen-Benenov, he didn't entirely dismiss it.
There may be some truth to the claim that building higher-end housing in some neighborhoods may cause that existing stock of housing to go up in price.
Still, he says the big picture solution for the Boston area is clear. Simply put, we need to build like we've never built before.
The reality is, though, we're at such a deficit of housing in Boston that not building housing also isn't a solution.
Adam Reilly, WGBH News.
The YIMBYs say there's a particularly acute need for more apartments. According to Kansen-Benenov, about a third of Massachusetts cities and towns don't allow them at all right now. So who exactly supports the YIMBY vision in the Massachusetts political sphere? Well, scheduled conference speakers include Somerville Mayor Joe Curtatone, Salem Mayor Kim Driscoll, and the Chief of Housing for Boston Mayor Marty Walsh, Sheila Dillon.